Always comes back to that manifesto, Gillian Keegan, doesn't it? Was that the crucial moment?
I think yes, but probably we would say that was the crucial moment. And, you know, as Caroline said there, you know, it was a snap election, but we tried to put some quite complex issues in the manifesto, and they were very difficult to explain. Plus you had some things not in the manifesto, such as a throwaway remark on fox hunting, which became almost as though it was in the manifesto. So yes, it clearly was not a good campaign for the Conservatives, and it was very difficult to communicate when we didn't have the full answers on some things, such as, you know, the winter fuel allowance. And I think everybody agrees that, you know, sort of very wealthy pensioners don't need it, therefore, you know, we should have a line somewhere. But it was very difficult to explain when you didn't know where that line was and nobody knew which side they would be on.
I suppose it's quite easy to come up with an answer about the winter fuel allowance one way or the other. It's very difficult for you to counter Labour's promises on tuition fees, on ending austerity, on the public sector pay cap.
Yeah.
I mean, these are really big issues, and you're a million miles away from addressing those in tune with what the voters are thinking.
Well, I think, you know, the thing about the Labour Party manifesto is I always think of it, you know, that we kind of wrote something almost as though we couldn't lose, and they kind of wrote something as though they couldn't win. And the reality is, you know, that the economy is what none of us really spoke enough about in the whole election campaign. 100 billion, obviously, to write off student debt, which was kind of dangled out there as though that was potentially going to happen. And the whole concept of free tuition fees, I often feel, you go into these hustings, I often feel like there's somebody there giving loads of sweets out and you are the dentist. Now, if you eat all of those, your teeth will fall out in 10 years. You kind of feel that it's like the grown-up responsible discussion is not as interesting as you know, the free tuition. You know, everything costs more money. And I had a conversation with a Labour colleague recently, which is, you know, is there any question that you've ever had to answer to which the answer is not more money? And we have to be a bit more responsible about how we manage. It's not our money, it is the public finances.
What do you say to that, Lloyd Russell-Moore?